Naila, why is English language important to learn?
This is because English language is an international language and is widely followed and understood by people across the world.
I want to learn this language.
To learn every language, there are some skills to develop. Follow this class to learn these skills.
Viewers, welcome you to our program, English Language for Junior High School, MTA. We are on our Series 2 and we are going to continue with the lessons on outline of formal letters. Today we are going to look at our lesson 8, and that is going to actually take us through most of the parts of the formal letters. But before we do that, we gave out an exercise, an assignment for you to do. That was when we completed lesson 6. I asked some of you to go and do a write-up. That's the meaning of proverbs. You write some proverbs and their meaning. And then others too, you also was on idiomatic expressions, right? Good. I'll pick that from you and then we'll see what you have written, because it's very important as far as informal letters are concerned, or friendly letters, right, are concerned. So I'll take that from you and then we'll continue with the lesson. Hafiz, read your idiom. I may not be able to take all, but just 2 and their meanings. Let's see. What do you have there, huh?
The black sheep.
Speak up, please.
The black sheep.
The black sheep.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It means like when you are in a group of people and you are odd.
Odd in which sense?
They are all maybe in uniform and you are not in uniform.
Okay, so right now you are the black sheep because your colleagues are wearing one color, but you are wearing different thing. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Black sheep?
Yes.
No, that is not the meaning. Go and find out more. Yes, one more.
The red letter D.
What does it mean?
Don't know the meaning.
You don't know the meaning, then don't even say it at all. But since you have brought it up, go and look for the meaning. Yes, Ochad?
To have a lion's chair.
To have a lion's share.
Chair.
What does it mean?
To be a king.
Wow.
To
Is
have
it true?
To have a lion's chair.
Not, are you saying chair or share?
Chair.
Chair.
Yes, sir.
I see. To be a king.
Yes.
Wow. Where did you get that from?
Sir, please, from our English teacher.
Your English teacher. I'm sure you didn't hear your teacher well. Your teacher might have said lion's share. Go and find out more. Okay, any other?
To build a cat.
To build a cat.
Build the cat.
Build a cat. Okay, what does it mean?
To stay away from trouble.
To stay away from trouble. I see. Okay. Josefa, yours were on Proverbs, yes?
Hope from the best pots, prepare for the worst.
Hope
From the pot, hope for the best pot, prepare for the worst.
What does it mean?
Bad things might happen, so be prepared.
Bad things might have been.
Bad things might happen, so be prepared.
Wow. Okay, another one.
Cry over spilt milk.
What does it mean?
Complain about a loss from the past.
Is it a proverb?
It's an idiomatic expression.
It's an idiomatic expression. Good. So it's good you know that. Yes, Sarah.
A watched pot never boils.
Avoid.
A watched pot never boils.
What does it mean?
So it means that if something takes time to finish, we should not look it too closely, because it will look like it is taking forever.
Okay. Yes, Ajara?
A bad man always blames his tools.
Meaning?
A lazy man always complains that the tools are not working.
Yeah, okay, fine, that is good. Now let's go on. This is the part 2 of the previous lesson. So we are looking at the sender's or the writer's address. That's the first thing we are looking at. Take note, I said this can be punctuated or unpunctuated. And whether you punctuate it or not, it could be block or what? Slanted. So I'm starting, this is my organization, where I am, MTA Africa. The name is, the proper name or the further name I can give it to is Abdul Wahab Adam Studios. This is my post office, box 2327. The box is located at Bustani Ahmed, Accra. What type of address is this? Yes, Hafiz.
Slanted address, unpunctuated.
Good. This is slanted and what? Unpunctuated. Good. So take note. None of the lines is punctuated. Good. We are saying leave no blank line between the various aspects of the address. That's very important. You don't leave lines. Good. Any question? Good. Say take note of the punctuation. Since I decided not to punctuate any of the lines, I didn't. But you see here, Bustan Ahmed is found where? Accra. So you see there's comma separating it from. This is the name of the place, the community, the particular location. But this is the name of the general, the bigger town. Good. Then let's look at writer's address and date. We said this should be punctuated. The date should be written just below the writer's address, and the date should be what? Punctuated. That's very important. So we say it should align with the first letter of the address on the first line. Pride of Soul School, this one I'm deciding to punctuate. So this is my address. This is block and what? Punctuated what? Address. Those of us who are getting the address wrong in the exercise we did in the previous lesson, take note. Then this is my date. Take note, 28th May, 2018, and I punctuated it. There's full stop at the end of it. Whether you are punctuating your address or not, you should always punctuate your what? Date. Good. We are moving to writer's address, date, and receiver's what? Address. We are adding up. Any questions so far? What we've done so far, the sender's address is a repetition of the same address we learned in informal letters. The date is the same thing. But this is how you should set out your writer's address, date, and the receiver's address. I'm repeating this address. Pride of Soul School, that's my school. Post Office Box 81, Techimai. My date comes. This is block, unpunctuated, but the date must be punctuated. So you see? Good. Now my receiver's address, how do I write it? At the other end of my page, the left end of my page, the next line. That's the next line, right? Good. I'm writing to my head, so I say the head. I don't need to say dear head, no. I'm a student of this school or a worker of this school, and I'm writing to my head, the same school. So the head, the same school. Your head can only be in the same school with you, right? Unless otherwise you have finished the school and you are writing the head of your former school. But if you are still in the same school, it is going to be the same address, but you still have to write it. The head of where? Pride of what? Soul what? School. Post Office Box 81. It's located where? Techiman. It's done. So this is an indication that this person is either a worker of the same school the head is, or a student of the same school. And let's take note here, I didn't punctuate. I brought the two differences for you to see. Just as here too is not punctuated, here too is also not punctuated. So that you see, you can have it like this, unpunctuated, unpunctuated, block, block. Good. Any question on this? Yes, Hajara.
Sir, please, can you slant the writer's address and block the receiver's address?
Yes, there's no rule saying you cannot do that. You can do it. I have not come across any rule saying that you can't do that. So it means it's allowed. Yes, Ochad.
Can you write the school name in short?
Formal letters, we don't shorten things. Do you get it? It is in informal writing you can do that. In formal essay, it is not advisable for you to write things in short. For example, you want to say international, right? Let's say your school comes with international. Then you wrote this. Is that what you are saying? It can't go, then you put short, or you do this. Mostly people will do this. And you put that. Is that what you mean? Yes, it's not acceptable in formal writing. In informal writing, you can do this. But in formal writing, it is not advisable to do that. You should write the thing in full. Do you understand? Good. Any other question? Okay, then let's go on. We are going to look at the writer's address, date, and receiver's address, another format, a question Hajara asked. So this is a school, Tia Ahmadiyya Basic School, Post Office Box 215, Ashoman, Accra. My date is there. Then I'm writing to the district chief executive. Of which district? Ga East District. This is the position the person is occupying. The person I'm writing to is what? District chief what? Executive. Of which district? If you say district chief executive, where? We have so many district chief executives. People occupy similar positions at different places. Where? You have to put the designation, the place, Ga East what? District. This is the post office, the post box, the box number of the district. Where is it located? Abokobi. Ga East District, where we are, is located at Abokobi. You see here it is slanted, but here is block. Good, so you can do that. Any question? Yes, Ochad?
Sir, please, can you punctuate the writer's address and...
Decide not to punctuate this. Yes, as I said, I haven't come across any rule that says that if you punctuated the sender's address, you should also punctuate the receiver's or recipient's address. I haven't come across that rule. Good. But it is good you maintain one style. Whichever style you use here, you use the same style here. It is good. Do you get me? It is good, like the previous one we saw. It is good. For harmony's sake, it's good you do that. But since there's no rule stopping us from doing something like this, that's why I brought it up for you to see. Any question? Sarah, any question? Good. It's very important, the positions. And when you are writing, be careful. It is not that you should push your sender's address at the very last part of your page. No. You just gauge. As far as you say that, or you've moved to the right, it's okay. If you push it too far, you'll be suffering. Some of your letters will not enter, and you'll be struggling, right? Good. Now let's look at salutation. We're saying that the salutation is written on the next line after the receiver's address. When you have finished writing your receiver's address, the next line, that is where you put your what? Salutation. We say it should be close to the margin at the left side of the what? The page. At your left side, just like the informal letter. And close to the what? Margin. Some of you wrote yours a little bit away from the margin. We say use only any of the following. Any of the following. Use just one of them. You can say dear sir. And there's a compulsory comma. You can say dear madam. Dear sir, if you are sure the one you are writing to is a man. If the one you are writing to is a woman, you say what? Dear what? Madam. With a compulsory comma. You can say dear director. That is the position of the person. You know the person is a director of a place. Dear head. Dear director. Dear teacher. You can say dear member of parliament. That's the position the person is occupying. Dear teacher. The person is a teacher to you. So you can use any of these. Take note. The first letter of the first word is capital. The first letter of the second word is in capital. It's very important. Take note. Very, very important. Say parliament, capital. Good. Any question? We say that examples 3 to 5 are on positions the recipient occupies, as I mentioned. These are positions. So you can address the person by the position the person is occupying. You can just simply say dear sir if the person is a male. You can simply say dear madam if the person is a what? A female. Good. Well, so you say you can use the official name of the recipient. You can also use the person's name, as in dear Mr. John. You know the person's name. You can use it. But you respectfully use it. Don't just mention like the way you mention your friends' names. Dear Mrs. Amate. So use only one of the examples given. So you have the chance. We say there must be a compulsory comma marking it off. These 2 points are very important. We've seen examples. You can say dear sir. You know that the person is a man. Just simply go what? Dear sir. You know the person is a woman. You simply just say what? Dear what? Madam. Or you know the name of the person. You can add the name of the person. Or you know the position the person is occupying. Mostly the letter will tell you. You use the name of the position the person is occupying for your salutation. Any question? Good. And then there should be comma. It's compulsory. Good. We say each word of the salutation should begin in the uppercase, as I've already explained to you. Okay, if no question, let's continue. Let's look at the writer's address, date, receiver's address, and salutation. How it's supposed to be written on the page now. Having explained salutation, now let's see. This is what you have. Tia Ahmeden Basic School, Post Office Box 215, the area The date is there. You see our address is punctuated, right? And block. Then either you are a worker at the school or you are a student, you are writing to the district chief executive. Where is district? This is a post box. Abokobi. We are assuming the previous one is what we are writing on. I'm done. Then my salutation will come, dear sir. So I'm sure that the person is what? A man. So this is how my salutation will look like on my page. So this is how it will appear on the page. And immediately I pick and I see these. It comes to mind. Is it a formal letter or informal letter? Yes, Ochad? Formal letter. Informal letters do not have these. This one. Informal letters do not have the receiver's what? Address. Take note, you see they are close to the margin. Close to the margin. Take note. Good. Any question? Okay, if no question, let's move on. Then let's look at the heading. We say this is written next to the salutation. After you have finished your salutation, the heading is the next thing you write. It can also be termed the title. So the same thing, heading or what? Title. It should be indented. That is what we mean by indented. You move it some few inches from the what? The margin. You just move it a little bit from the margin. So it should be written in block lettering. When we say block lettering, what does it mean? Yes?
So it should be written in capital letters.
Capital letters, good. Uppercase, block lettering, capital letters means the same thing. Good. So you've now taken note, huh? Those of you who are writing them in small letters. Good. It should be neatly underlined. Neatly what? Underlined. And advisable, you should use a straight what? Edge. When we say straight edge, you understand. Most you say ruler. Huh? I'm not forcing you to actually go for a ruler, but whatever you are using, it should be a straight edge. Is pen having a straight edge? No. Your pens do not have straight edges. So be careful when you are using your pen. It can easily move. Good. So it should not be more than 6 major words. Huh? Don't let it be more than 6. I kept this limit for you. Students will want to write the heading like a full sentence. So take note. If you are writing, no, it's getting the major words are more than 6, please. Take note that you are getting it a little bit wrong. We say it is a phrase or a clause summary of the purpose. We've learned purpose of an essay. So it's just a summary of the purpose. Is that either in a phrase form or in what? In a clause form. I won't bother you what phrase or clause means, but as we progress, we'll come to that. It is mostly not a sentence, hence does not carry full stop. You don't put full stop at the end of your heading because it's not what? A sentence. We put full stop at the end of what? A sentence. So since it isn't a sentence, you don't put full stop at the end of it. You don't also put comma. Do you follow? Good. We say note the purpose. Note the purpose of the essay determines the heading. To know the heading of the essay, it is what? The purpose. You have read the question. What is the purpose of the essay? You are writing. What is the purpose of what you are writing? That becomes the what? The heading or the title for you. I've taken time to explain these point by point so that you do not have problem writing the heading of your letters. Any question? Josefa, any question? Okay. If no question, very soon I'll give you an exercise. So we are going to see the questions below. These are the questions. Suggest an appropriate heading or title for the question. There is an acute water shortage in your area. Write to the district chief executive for your area, suggesting 3 ways of overcoming such a challenge. What will be the heading? I've given guidelines of how to identify the heading. Yes? One after the other. We said the heading, the purpose of your essay determines the what? The heading, right? Good. So, what will be the heading of this essay? Yes? Hafiz?
Letter to overcome water shortage.
Is the purpose letter to overcome water shortage? Hafiz?
The heading of the letter.
Yes, I would say that you get your heading from the purpose. So what's the purpose of this essay? Why are you writing? What are you writing on? Yes, Ajara?
3 ways to overcome water shortage.
Okay, so one of the heading can be 3 ways to overcome what? Water what? Shortage. Good. That is a very good heading. Yes, any other? You can have several headings out of it. I will say come back to you, Hafiz. Yes, Ochad?
How water shortage can be suggested in 3 ways.
No. Look at what you have said. You can write it down and find out whether it's correctly put. There's something wrong with your framing. So look, work on that. Yes, Sarah?
The ways to prevent water shortage.
Shortage. Fine. Okay. Fine. Yes? Josefa?
3 ways of overcoming acute water
Shortage. Good. 3 ways of overcoming acute water shortage. Good. Hafiz and Ocha, you didn't get the headings correct, so give them to me.
How to overcome water shortage.
Good. How to overcome water shortage. Good. Yes, Ochad?
How to prevent water shortage.
Fine. Here, the issue has already occurred. We are looking at how to solve it. Do you get me? So we are not preventing it. It has already what? Occurred. So we are looking for solution to it. Though you are using prevent there, but the best, you should do away with prevent. Good. Next question. There was a fight between your classmates. The head wants to know what happened. Write to him or her describing what happened. Yes, I'm taking the headings from you. Josefa?
A fight between my classmates.
Okay, a fight between my classmates. Good. Okay, let me take from the last person and then we'll wrap up. Yes, Sarah?
A fight I witnessed.
A fight I witnessed. Good, that's also good. Viewers, we are most grateful for your time with us. We hope you have learned something on today's lesson. I shall display the last question, and we expect that you also try to find out the heading for it. Next time we meet, we shall continue from there. Until then, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.